Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. Another day, another Star Wars video, another dollar.
There's another dollar.
Dollar, double chin.
Oh, see, no one gets that.
They don't.
We watched our other video.
We'll talk about dollar, double chin. We're going to talk about Disney dollars. We're going to talk about whether or not Disney has suffered a $2 billion loss from the Lucasfilm purchase, because everybody's like, oh, $4 billion. They had, 4 or 5 Star Wars movies at $1 billion. Therefore, they made their money back. No, it's not that easy. Math is hard. This is Disney math.
Well, no, because when we give math that makes sense, there's always somebody in the comments, you don't understand math, because that's not how math works, even though everything they're explaining is not how math works. But anyway.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the fact, coming from The Hollywood Reporter, that The Rise of Skywalker is still trailing behind The Last Jedi at the box office. So it wasn't the slam dunk that people were hoping for. I think Disney got dunked, and they're going to lose, especially with all the reshoots and the marketing. They're going to lose some money. So before we get into the video, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We're at 87. We're officially at 87,000. Thank you for that.
Only 13,000 more to go.
Hoping for 100,000 soon.
Please,
and then we're just going to shut the channel down once we hit 100,000. We'll just...
Well, you're going to tell them so all the haters give us subs, and then you're going to no, we're not shutting the channel down.
Then we're going to beg you for 1 million subs.
No, everybody wants us to do live shows with our faces.
I don't want to do that.
Eventually.
That means we have to,
we're working on a possible studio solution, but it will not probably be until spring.
That means I have to shave and put pants on. Well, no,
we're not looking at below your waist.
I don't have to put pants on.
Because they're not going to see that.
Nobody wants to see that. But oh, thank you. I still got it.
I actually compared his butt to and his butt, and I thought his butt was nicer than Henry Cavill's in The Witcher. I gotta say, not that I actually see Henry Cavill's butt, but in the tight pants and in your tight boxer briefs, I think your butt it might be better. But that's because I'm biased too. So
you could bounce a coin off my butt. I've been on the stepper.
I want to try bouncing a quick. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
We are getting off topic.
Dang it!
This is coming from Bleeding Fool via our friend Ichibaka, who found this article from this guy who does math. And the guy who does math says that this is what he's saying. I'm not good at math.
I'm not surprised by this, because this is what I've been thinking was going on.
Yeah. The guy who does math, the practical economics blog, said that
a real math blog for those people who want to bitch about how you can't do math.
A math blog for people who love math. Yeah, they said that Disney has actually lost money, or well, they haven't lost money, but they haven't recouped all the $4 billion they spent. Well, look at this. I mean, they spent $1 billion or $2 billion to build Galaxy's Edges 1 and 2. Plus, they got to make the movies. Plus, it's not all profit. People don't understand the difference between net and gross, and margins and all that.
You have to pay for the merch before you can sell the merch,
right?
And all that.
Yeah, you might spend $500 million and make $600 million, and then after taxes, you might be left with like $10 million. It's weird. Math is hard. Practical Economics blog has recently posted an article about Disney's finances with regards to the Star Wars franchise. He starts off the piece with noting some notables. Okay, then. One of the proprietor's favorite procrastination outlets is listening to Star Wars YouTubers. Carrying on about how Disney has wrecked the franchise. Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson are favorite targets. It's hilarious. Search for Comic Artist Pro Secret, Geeks and Gamers, World Class BS, and Clownfish TV. But they forgot to put us on there.
You forgot us. Anyway, we don't actually just talk about it all the time, though. So.
No, we don't talk about it enough. People are complaining there's not enough Star Wars this week. The writer does some back-of-the-envelope logic to walk the reader through his reasoning, but the conclusion is this. I'm going to put a link to both of these. The bottom line is that Disney has to date suffered a $2.22 billion loss in 2012 U.S. dollars.
From its purchase.
From its purchase. You have to realize that, because the 2012 dollars aren't worth the same as the 2019, 2020 dollars.
Right.
Certainly not close to recovering its cost as claimed in the media article linked above. What is also interesting is what the movies had to have made for Disney to be within striking distance of recovering its costs. Had The Last Jedi and Solo performed as well as The Force Awakens and Rogue One, nominal film profits only, this is true, then Disney would still be down $1.37 billion.
Can we point out one thing, too? You have to understand Hollywood accounting, and they might not ever be out of the hole as far as Hollywood accounting is concerned.
That is true. But, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, they were looking at the long game, but they also thought Star Wars was going to be an evergreen franchise.
Slap it on anything and make a lot of money.
Yeah, and they didn't realize that, like, oh, okay, well, you take the heart out of it, George Lucas, and it doesn't just go on its own.
Right.
We're seeing more and more of this happening in the media, where companies buy outlets or IP or whatever, and they take the key people out and it doesn't go anymore. So some work to do. There's still some work to do, but more than possible to break even or do better. To recover such a large purchase price, Disney needed its early films to deliver consistently large profits. Womp, womp. That didn't happen. Unfortunately for Disney, it hasn't managed this. Profits, very important. Joker made over $1 billion. It only cost $50 to $60 million to make. Whereas a Star Wars movie is $250 to $300 million.
Oh, it depends when you have reshoots and the marketing and sudden uptick in ticket sales for no reason.
Yeah.
The money has to come from somewhere, so they might make $1 billion, but they might have spent like $500-600 million. So which movie made more money?
Right.
Sounds like I'm on a math test. If Jimmy had 10 tickets and Sally had 5 tickets and Disney had 20 tickets, and you took the tickets away, then I don't know.
If Arthur
what color is it?
Yeah. What do you get? You get what you deserve.
That's right.
Bang. To recover such a large purchase price, Disney needed the early films to deliver. We talked about that. Financial loss from Solo is well known, but this analysis makes it apparent just how badly The Last Jedi performed. And the thing is The Rise of Skywalker is performing worse than The Last Jedi. In fact, The Last Jedi had way more money in China, and China hates Star Wars.
Yeah.
While it was profitable, it made far less than Disney needed from films in its flagship Star Wars trilogy. Even The Force Awakens did just barely enough. Now, that's kind of shocking because The Force Awakens made over $2 billion.
Right.
I think it was over $2 billion. It made a ridiculous amount of money, but it also was an expensive movie to shoot. They had to create, because I think a lot of the assets they're using now for all the Star Wars movies and the Mandalorian stuff, I think they just, let's just make a bunch of Stormtrooper armor. Let's make we're going to use the Death Trooper costumes from Rogue One and the Mandalorian. So there's a lot of, probably a lot of upfront costs. Harrison Ford, there's $100 million.
Well, I'm just saying, what's happens is you spend all this money on the franchise, and then you make a lot of money in these movies, but like you said, it might cost you like $500,000 for that movie when you figure everything in and factor it all in. Then the taxes and all that, you might only be able to take a couple $100 million off of your $4 billion that you spent on it. Only $500 million a movie or something that you can actually chop off of your, several $1 billion purchase, and that's probably figuring high. So, and then you have the theme parks, and all that costs what, $1 billion? Is that for both or each?
I'm not 100% sure.
I want to say it was for both.
I don't know, because that's because they only had 2 rides in each.
I think it was for both.
Well, because they have the R&D costs, and they're basically just cloning stuff.
And you have that coming out, so now you're up to $5 billion in the hole, and then all the merchandise you had to have made, and all the hours people had to spend doing that. It just keeps your expenses aren't being cut down as fast as you're shelling out the money, or. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
returns aren't being done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a disappointment because you look at Marvel. They paid billions for Marvel, but the Marvel movies consistently have done very, very well, and there's a lot more of them.
When you have 4 Marvel movies a year making $1 billion each,
Yeah. So once again, these figures are unlikely to be accurate to the last dollar, but it does show it's unlikely Disney will ever recover the cost of its investment in Lucasfilm. I think they will eventually.
I think they will eventually.
Now, okay, so now we got tip bleedingfull.com, Ichibaka, now Odin's movie blog too.
So those are the places who put that together.
Yeah, but this is true. This is what we talk about. There is a declining interest in Star Wars, and you can try to paint it any way you want to paint it, color it any way you want to color it, but The Rise of Skywalker did not perform as well as they'd hoped. Opening weekend would have been a massive success for any other movie franchise, but they were thinking it was going to do $250 million. It wound up doing barely 175, and now it's here we are in week 3.
Yeah, and it keeps dropping. It's interesting to me they keep mentioning how it keeps dropping so much, but then the other outlets are like, but oh my god, it's still #1 movie.
But not by much. This is what's interesting. This is what happened in 2017 too. It said this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, so this isn't they didn't just pull this out of their ass, right?
Well, other people don't either, but you don't get it unless you're established like them. You don't get credit.
Right. So, I want to be very clear. I wasn't saying this guy was pulling, but just people are like, where do you get those numbers from? Those numbers aren't real. It's
you're just lying.
You're lying. Those leaks aren't real.
You're just a nothing. outlet that doesn't know what they're talking about.
Doesn't
We only believe places like the Hollywood Reporter. Well,
all right, well, here the Hollywood Reporter is telling you that the Rise of Skywalker is not performing as well as Disney had hoped. Disney's Rise of Skywalker stayed atop the chart in its third weekend with 33 million for a domestic total of only 450 million to date. The tentpole also held at number 1 with another 50 million for a foreign tally of 468 million and 918.8 million worldwide.
Which we know it's going to hit $1 billion, and we're going to hear all about it.
Yeah, but you know, the Joker
also didn't and wasn't in China.
China.
Not that China really mattered.
China did not matter this time. China is like, screw this movie. Now, this is what's interesting. The movie continues to trail the previous installment, The Last Jedi, in North America after almost catching up at one point. Everybody bragged about how well it did over Christmas, and then it dropped off again.
Yeah.
But this is what's really interesting. This happened in 2017. They're talking about The Grudge didn't break any records. Sony had a stellar weekend overall. Jumanji: The Next Level wasn't that far behind The Rise of Skywalker with 26.5 million in its fourth weekend for a domestic total of 236 million, almost on par with Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle at the same point in its run. And they talked about Little Women. So Jumanji, this is what happened in 2017. Jumanji actually sort of like outlasted The Last Jedi. People did not expect it to be that big of a hit, but it played for a long time and it made money.
It was good.
And yeah,
better than Last Jedi.
It was a damn good movie. I did not expect it to be that good, but it was a lot of fun. They're talking about Frozen, 1.3 billion globally. Now, this, you know, people will be like, oh my God, it's going to break $1 billion. I think it's barely going to break $1 billion. I think The Rise of Skywalker...
They'll re-release it again with some Rose Tico cut.
The Tico cut,
to make
yes.
sure that, it's like they did with Endgame, to make sure that it breaks the record they want to break.
They'll release it. Yeah, the Tico cut, and we'll have some really shitty CGI Carrie Fisher, like PlayStation 2 graphics, plastic faced Carrie Fisher.
They said they wouldn't do, but they'll do anyway because they're trying to break that record.
Yeah, had Carrie Fisher lived, we would have had her do this. But we're just gonna throw this unfinished CGI into the movie to get more asses in the seat to break $1 billion, because this isn't a good look. This was supposed to be another Endgame. This was supposed to be another $1.5 to $2 billion movie, the last Star Wars ever, until we make another Star Wars movie.
Right.
But for now, the last Star Wars for now. For now. And, you know, it's not doing, by Star Wars standards, it's not doing that great. So, there we go. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a long road for them to recoup their costs. We did another video talking about the next trilogy or quadrilogy or sextology or Scientology that they're going to do, which is supposed to be the Old Republic or High Republic or, you know, Drunk Republic or whatever the hell they're doing. And I don't know if that's going to click with people as much as a Star Wars with, you know, Han Solo and Luke Skywalker.
Right. But I do think they'll recoup their money eventually. They'll find a way to recoup it. I mean, The Mandalorian's doing well. If they can continue that on to some of these other shows and the movies, they would put certain people in charge over at Lucasfilm, they probably could recoup their money.
Put Favreau and Filoni in charge.
Yep.
And be done with it.
And the rumor was they were trying to get Lucas to come back as a producer. If they did that, they may have a shot at getting their money back. I think they will get it back eventually, but, you know, it's going to be a long road because they keep making bad decisions. So.
Yeah, well, that's just it. Had they made the right decisions with the sequel trilogy, they probably would be a lot closer to you know, getting their $4 billion back. But it's just been a long road, and a lot of that's merchandising. The merchandising itself. We were at Walmart today, and they have the same damn Dio plushes they've had since what, September?
Yeah, they're not moving.
Nobody has bought a Dio except for the kid nobody likes. Got a Dio for Christmas instead of Cole.
That's not nice.
No, instead of Cole, you get sequel trilogy toys for Christmas.
The kid no one likes. You're mean.
No, you don't know this kid. This kid is a punk.
I thought you were saying that. Well, that sounds like you. Wait, you were the one that got a Dio for Christmas because you're the kid no one likes.
Well, somebody sent me a Rose Tico. But no, I actually...
Don't send any more. And don't send Dios. Oh,
please,
dear
God, don't send Dios.
You need to stop making these jokes because we're going to end up with a whole room full of Dios and Rose Tico, so stop.
I actually enjoy Rose. I'm trying to figure out...
You enjoy Rose?
No, not like that. I'm trying to figure out why her communicator looks like a women's personal massager.
It looks...
It's pink with a long... I gotta take a picture, and she's got little buttons on it. It looks like a big pink lightsaber.
But not the lightsaber that you'd fight with.
No, it looks like it's little Claude.
It's like, yeah,
That's what it is. It's mini collage. I don't know. No,
it does look a little weird, I have to admit.
I do enjoy the Rose Tico figure. I only need one rose.
That's right.
I don't need 100 roses. And
we don't need Dio either.
We sure as hell don't need Dio.
The point was, they have, no one's buying this, and in the clearance rack, they already have those gold dipped stupid 2-packs. It's like, we have this abundance of figures no one wants. Quick, dip them in gold. Mark them as limited. Everybody will buy them. But they didn't.
It's like I can just picture Hasbro being like, okay, Star Wars shit's not selling, so what do? Well, we got to cut back on the paint app, so let's just, make them put in gold plastic. Funny thing about gold plastic, for anybody who collects Transformers, and I am a huge Transformers fan.
I just bought him Astro Train.
You did buy me Astro Train. I didn't even know Astro Train was coming out.
Astro Train's out at Walmart. It's bought
Classics, reissue Astro Train. $39.99 or $97, whatever the Walmart number is. But gold plastic deteriorates quickly.
It does.
And they actually have gold plastic syndrome with Transformers that have had gold plastic where you go change them and their freaking arms and legs fall off. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that these Star Wars fingers.
These Star Wars fingers.
No, that's Rose Tico's little device.
That's what we're calling it now, the Star Wars finger.
The Star Wars finger.
Anyway.
I'm thinking these little figures will probably just deteriorate. I think that they made them out of gold plastic, so they decompose in the landfill a lot quicker.
Is that what it is?
And they should have just made Rose Tico, since she's got that khaki jumpsuit, just made her out of gold plastic too.
It's like they went out of her way to make the character and the figure as ugly as possible.
And then we're gonna market it to little boys.
They really, they did not do that poor actress any favors. I gotta tell you. Anyway,
give her a gun or something. Just something. Give her a freaking, can you see Battle Action Rose Tico?
What's she gonna do? Crash her ship into Finn?
Yeah.
She's gonna save the horsies.
Save the horsies. Oh my god.
Then they can attack on the spaceship later.
She needs to come with a battle horse. I actually would buy a Rose Tico with a battle pony.
There you go.
With a lightsaber,
A real one, not her version of a finger.
No, not the finger, not Claude. I would buy battle pony Rose Tico.
Battle pony. I don't have anything to follow this up with, guys. I'm just sitting here like, where are you going with this?
All right. So anyway, Rise of Skywalker not doing so hot, guys. Not for a Star Wars movie. Especially when you figure the Joker topped $1 billion and only cost like $50 million.
Yeah, I mean that's how you have to look at it. It's like it might sound good on paper, like it made a lot of money, but it's basic math. Or basic economics, basic budgeting. If you have $100 and you spend $60, you have $40. Even though you had 100, doesn't mean that you have 100.
That is correct.
There you go, math.
It's like Common Core. This is Disney math. It's harder than Common Core.
That's right.
Hollywood math. So we're going to wrap this one up. Please don't send me more Rose Ticos or Dios. But
we've avoided Dio. Let's keep it that way.
We've avoided Dio, but we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.